So right here we have a zoomed out shot of Tom after he has been overtaken by the natural growth in the flowers after he drunk the sap of Tree of Life. And so from this zoomed out shot here in the older reality depicted in the actual book, The Fountain, that Izzy wrote, we're going to have a really nice and smooth transition to the future reality. So let's watch this right here. So we have this kind of zoom out shot, and then we have a quick cut to a zoomed in shot of the ring itself. And so right there we have a very interesting editing transition to the future Tom, where he picks up the ring that the older Tom lost, and we have a very close-up shot into him, and then a very quick cut to a zoomed out shot of all of the concentric spheres and rings that keep popping up as motifs throughout the film. Again, and we have the concentric spheres again right here. Again, just emphasizing this idea of immortality. And right here we have a very zoomed in shot of Tom putting on this ring. And now it should be noted that this is the first time that Tom actually puts on the ring since he lost it in the beginning of the film. So that is a very important moment in this film. And again, we just have a series of cuts to the zoomed out shots of the star itself and Tom, until all of a sudden we have this quick condensation of everything on in the screen, and we have a quick cut to black, and there's nothing. The viewer is held kind of in a state of suspense until all of a sudden we have this great burst of light and sound, and just a series of quick cuts between different pictures. And the mise-en-scène in this portion right here in this shot is just amazing. The animation is just otherworldly. We have this tree of life that's kind of sprouting up as Tom's body is being carried away, again emphasizing this idea of immortality. And this whole shot right here just really kind of shows that this is the climax of the film, that this is what Tom has been going for his entire journey. He's reaching for this idea of immortality. Now right here we have a very interesting transition in between this climactic scene in the film and almost a very surreal kind of reality, because we have this whitish, almost blurred tint to it. It's also very interesting because Izzy takes this gumball depicted right here in a very close-up shot, which Izzy has already passed away at this point, so that could be why this has a very surreal tint to it. And then right here we have a very interesting close-up of her hand and what we presume to be Tom's hand as he takes the gumball from her. And that supposition is confirmed here as the blurred whitish tint kind of disappears, and we're taken to this really wide zoomed out shot of Tom in this stark landscape, which we now see is Izzy's grave in this very zoomed in shot, this medium shot right here, where we really get to go into Tom's head and just feel the anguish that he's going through as he tries to come to grips with the reality of his wife's death. And right here, as he plants the gumball in the tree, we are to presume that this could indeed become the tree that was in the future Space Tom's bubble. Although that supposition is never confirmed, that is just left to the viewer to come to suppose. And right here we have a very interesting shot as he kind of says goodbye to Izzy, but almost has a hint of a smile on his face in that very zoomed in shot, as we almost are supposed to take away that he has actually come to grips with the reality of death at that point. Then we have this zoom pan up shot where we see the star out in the distance kind of come to overtake the entire screen in white, giving the viewer almost kind of a state of peace. And right here we have a shot that appeared early in the film where Tom tells Izzy everything is all right. And again, this is a very interesting editing transition, because that shot was taken earlier in the film, yet this seems to just emphasize the idea that is carried throughout the film, that there is no real sense of time. Our sense of time is really blurred in this film. So right here, the viewer is just really supposed to kind of come away with a sense of peace in this kind of white fade out, as we come to understand that Tom and Izzy, their love has spanned across time, and that they have both come to grips with the reality of death. So thank you for listening.